In the middle of the night, my father yells, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number one, but girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have... Hey, it's Nate with another piano tutorial. Today I'm doing Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. This song is an absolute classic, and I've always been really drawn to the chord progression and melody, and there's only 4 chords in it. So I'm going to teach you a very easy piano accompaniment to get you playing and singing it quickly. Let's jump in. All right, just a couple of things I want to mention first. I recommend getting the chords and lyrics chart. There's a link down in the description. That'll help you follow along and see where the chords you play are going to line up with the words that you sing. Also, the Cyndi Lauper recording is in the key of F sharp major, which is a tough key to play in. If you just put it up a half step higher, you're in the key of G major, and it is so much easier to play. So that's how we're gonna do it today. It won't perfectly match the recording, but that's okay. I mentioned there's only 4 chords. Let's talk about them. So first we've got a G major chord. This is middle C here, so I'm gonna play it up a little bit higher here. And it's G, B, and D. 1, 3, 5 for the fingers there. We're also gonna have an E minor chord, and that's gonna be the exact same shape. We're just gonna move our hand down so that our thumb rests on E, so that's gonna be E, G, and B. We've also got a C chord, same shape. I'm gonna move it down, put my thumb on C here, C, E, and G. And then finally, we've got a D major chord. I'm gonna step it up here, and instead of playing this F, we're gonna sharp it because we are in the key of G. And so we've got D, F sharp, and A for the chords there. And throughout the song, I'm actually gonna play with my left hand 2 octaves lower, so we get kind of a big spread here. And I'm gonna have my thumb on G, so if I'm playing a G chord in the right hand, I'm just gonna play that single bass note with my thumb. If I'm doing the E minor, can use my 3rd finger there for the E. If it's D, 4th finger. If it's C, 5th finger. So everything in the left hand just fits under 5 fingers. All right, so now that we know the chords, let's start looking at the sections of the songs. We'll start with the intro. Here's the underlying chord progression for the intro. And this is gonna be the one section where the right hand is not playing chords. We're gonna be doing the cool melody, but first let's look at the left hand. So we're in 4/4 time, so each one of these measures gets 4 counts. So that means we've got G, 2, 3, 4. Again, G, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. Now this measure is split up between a bunch of chords. We've got the E, and then the little dash I put there to mean you get a second count of E before C, D on the last 2 counts of that measure. So it's like E, 2, 3, 4 on the C and D, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it loops around on that twice. So let's look at that right hand melody, and we can break it up into similar little chunks of notes that happens once on each measure. So the first measure, where we start on the G, it's gonna be B, C, B, A, B. I'm using my 3rd finger on this B to start it off and just stepping up and down. B, C, B, A, B. In the second measure, where we have another measure of G here, we're gonna do the exact same thing again, except for after that B, we're gonna also step down to A again. B, C, B, A, B, A. So far, we've got Now, when we go to this E in the left hand for the E minor chord section, we're going to do the same thing we did on the first measure. B, C, B, A, B. And the final measure is similar to the second measure. We've got B, C, B, A, but then instead of going back to B, we've got G, A. So B, C, B, A, G, A. It's a little more complicated with the left hand here because that's where the chords change a little faster. So we've got B, C, B, A, and then G with the C, A with the D on those last two counts there. But there's something cool we can do in this last measure. So the G, A is the melody you hear. But if we actually just hop our right hand down and do the C chord and the D chord that are sort of underlying this part, it's gonna sound really cool, and we'll still hear the melody as we want it because the G and the A are the top notes of those chords, and the top notes of chords tend to stick out to our ear. So the whole line will sound like this. Taking it slow. I do want to offer one more layer of difficulty, totally optional, but if you want to, it sounds really cool to, on every single one of these right-hand melody notes, to play a G, with the exception of the C, that is the second note in each measure. So it would be like this. Hopping down for those final chords. Sounds really cool. So does that twice, and then we are in the verse. So let's talk about the verse. Here's the chord progression for the verse, and we're gonna just start playing the full chords in the right hand just as we learned them in the beginning. Most of the chords last at least a measure or two measures, although in the second line there are two measures where we have the E minor and D in the same measure, and so that's just going to be two counts of each, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me just count through this whole section. I'm going to do quarter note chords in the right hand, so that means that I'm just going to play on every count. It's going to give it a little bit more energy. I'm just going to hold the left hand bass notes, just hitting it once per measure. So it's going to be G, 2, 3, 4, again, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, again, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, again, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, D, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, D, 2, and then you probably hear it going to the G. It does go to the G, but that's also the next section starting, so I didn't want to double up on it. So I'll sing that through now, and one little detail I'm going to add is in that second measure of E minor in the first line, just on the fourth count, I'm going to step the bass note down to a D, kind of on the way to the C. Just a little walking bass line there. E, 2, 3, 4, C. Yeah, here we go. I come home in the morning light, my mother says, when you gonna live your life right? Oh mama dear, we're not the fortunate ones, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. So when you hit the fun, you are in the instrumental section, which is just like the intro. It's just one time through though, instead of two. And again, you can pick, you can do just the single notes, or if it's not too tricky, you can add those G's with the thumb as well. Then we got another verse. Let's talk about the chorus, which is super similar. Here's the chord progression for the chorus. The only difference between the verse and the chorus chord progressions is that at the end of that first line, we got two G's instead of two C's. That's all they really want. Some fun when the working day is done. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. So this part's the same as what we did before. Girls just wanna have fun. And again, we're gonna go to a G, which starts the next section, which is the post-chorus. And the post-chorus is just one time through the chord progression from the intro and the instrumental section, except for this time, we're not doing that melody. We're just gonna do the chords kind of in the style that we've been doing them. And then it has those kind of backup vocals going on there. Girls, they wanna have fun. Girls wanna have. Cool. So this next section is the synth solo. It goes around on that same chord progression from the intro and instrumental twice. I think for my version, I'm just gonna keep doing the for that section. I might even just go through it one time. But if you wanna have some fun, you could improvise a little bit with the right hand and just kind of hit notes and rhythms just using the G scale, which is all the white keys, except for if you're gonna do an F, make it an F sharp, but you could play around with that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple though for this version. That brings us through another verse and chorus. I'm gonna do a full cover at the end so you can see how this all flows, but the only other section we really need to talk about is the outro, and that's got a new chord progression that's basically the same as the intro chord progression, but it's just kind of shortened. It's just one measure of G, and then it goes straight to the measure that has the E minor and the C and D all kind of crammed into one. So that's gonna sound like G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, C, D, and it just starts repeating that around. They just wanna, they just wanna, they just wanna, they just wanna, girls. I'm gonna do it 4 times and kind of finish up these lyrics and then do a final pass through it. And end on G. In fact, you could even just right at the end there, do one little version of that melody from the beginning, like. And end on G there. So the thing is, on the Cindy Lauper recording, it goes on and on and on with a bunch of vocal ad-libbing. I think it works better because there's a whole band and it's like a dance track. For a solo piano cover, I think it should be a little shorter, and her version starts fading out, which is hard to do, just you with piano. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet there at the end and just end on that G. All right, before I wrap this up and play a cover, there are 2 other things that you could think about for your version here. I'm gonna use the sustain pedal throughout this, basically just holding it down and doing a lift every time the chord changes. So pedals down, lift, lift, lift. I made a video about sustain pedals. You can check that out. That'll help you with that lift timing. I also might throw in some extra left hand rhythms in between the right hand quarter notes that I'm playing, like. It's a really common pattern, and I made a video about that as well if you need some help getting the hang of that. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm gonna do the full run through now so you can see how all the parts we've talked about fit together. If you enjoyed this, please give the video a like, click subscribe, and also click the bell so you know when I put out more videos like this one. This one was a request and it was a ton of fun, so keep those requests coming down in the comments, and yeah, here is my version of Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Come home in the morning light, my mother says, when you gonna live your life right? Oh mama dear, we're not the fortunate ones, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. The phone rings in the middle of the night. My father yells, what you gonna do with your life? Oh daddy dear, you know you're still number one, but girls, they wanna have fun. Oh
hesitate.